Hello. In today's class, you'll be able to apply geometric methods to create composite structures as solutions for design problems utilizing real world context and review all the related rules and formulae. Here, what are the points you have to remember means these are the points you are expected to remember. The first one is read the question. First of all, you read the question, understand and interpret the problem. And second step is make a plan, draw a picture, look for a pattern, maybe systematic guessing and checking, making a table and thinking of simpler problems. Next, implement your plan, like which formula to use and what information can I interpret from the diagram, table, and so on. And at the end, evaluate your answer. Whatever the answer you got, does my answer making sense or not? Did I answer the question that was asked? Because sometimes whatever the question is asked and whatever you are finding, these two may not be same, they may be different. Okay, let's quickly jump to the first question for the session. A cylindrical carton of family pack chips with radius 3 inches and 8 inches tall. If all surfaces except the top are made of cardboard, how much cardboard is used to make the chips carton? Assume no surface overlap around your answer to the nearest tenth. I don't have a chips tin right now, but instead of that, I have one cylinder. Okay, so here the question is look at the question carefully that here it's given. So if you take the cylinder and round this one, please notice that excluding, the question says that it is excluding the top and the bottom. So let me underline this part, except the top. If all surfaces are made except the top are made of cardboard. So except the top means then we have to consider the one which is around this one and the bottom So let's compute this one. That's the curved surface area. So curved surface area, the formula is 2 times pi times radius times height. Now let me plug in the values. 2 times the value of pi is, you know, that 3.14. And what is the radius means? Please notice that radius is given as 3 inches. Therefore, radius is 3 inches and height is 8 inches tall. Therefore, times 8. So let me grab my calculator. 2 times 3.14, 2 times 3.14 times radius times height, 150.72, 150.72 square inches. You know, this is not the end of the story. You have to read the question carefully. In case, let's say that it is given that you are asked to find the cardboard including the bottom. That means, see, except the top means this one you need not compute, but you computed the curved surface area, and also you have to find area of this one, which is area of a circle. So you have to read the question really carefully. So here, area of a circle means, you know that area of a circle, that is pi r square, pi r square. So which is 3.14, And what is the radius means? Radius is given as 3 inches, therefore it is 3 square. So let me grab my calculator. 3.14 times radius is 3 square, then that is 28.26 I got. So again, you have to be careful what to compute means in this question, except the top means. Even you might have the experience when you buy a chips tin of this kind, the top is made of plastic and the rest is made of cardboard. So this area and this area, if you sum up, then you'll get the total area. So let me grab my calculator. These two are to be added: 150.7 to 178.98 square inches. Okay, so really quick, let me jump to the next question. In the given figure, find the value of x, y, and z. Hmm. You know, when the angle is in the shape of L, that is equal to 90 degrees. Agreed? Therefore, if I'm considering, of course, here no letters are mentioned, but if I consider this part, these two are perpendicular to each other, therefore 72 degrees and x together is making 90. In the same way, here 21 degrees and y, these two together, these two are also making 90 degrees because the lines are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, let me label these parts, maybe let's say A, B, C, and D. I would say that AB is perpendicular to BC. Therefore, angle ABC equals to 90 degrees. Right? Then 72 and x, these two together, that makes 90 degrees. You can see that L shape, that is 90 degrees. So I can find the value of x and I can find the value of y. Then we'll see how to compute the value of c later. So let me subtract 72 degrees on both the sides. On both the sides, then the value of x equals to 90 subtract 72 means that is 18 degrees. Okay. Now, the second part of the question is in the same way, I see that DC is perpendicular to BC. Please see that again another L shape, DC and BC, L shape. Therefore, that is 90 degrees. Then I would say that 21, 21 degrees. Therefore, 21 degrees plus y equals to 90 degrees. Please see that I'm taking this part. Okay. So you know how to isolate y. Take away 21. Take away 21. After the cancellation, the value of y equals to 69 degrees. Right? So we found the value of x, we found the value of y. Then how to find z? Please notice that this one is making these three angles together making a triangle. You know that sum of three angles of a triangle equals to 180 degrees. So let me write that sum of three angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degrees. That means x plus y plus c. These are the three angles of the given triangle, 180 degrees. You know, x value is Already we computed, we got 18 degrees, and you know the value of y as 69, right? Therefore, the value of y equals to 69 degrees, and here z is missing angle. So let me combine the like terms, that is 18 and 69. Then what do I get? 20, 88, 87, 70 plus, yeah, 87 degrees. 87 plus angle Z equals to 180 degrees. Take away 87. You know how to isolate Z. When you take away angle Z equals to then 93 degrees. You may make use of calculator and check. Yes, it is. Okay. So we found the value of x, we found the value of y, we found the value of z. Once again, a quick recap. I see that AB is perpendicular to BC. Please remember L shape, that gives you the idea of 90 degrees. So 72 plus x equals to 90. Then I figured out what's the value of x. In the same way, DC perpendicular to BC. Again, you see that another L shape, which is 90 degrees. Therefore, 21 degrees plus y equals to 90. Therefore, I found the value of y. Again, x, y, z, these three are angles of a triangle. Then sum of the angles equals to 180. Then I found the value of z2. Moving to the next question. A carpenter is building a trellis for vines to grow on. The completed trellis will have two sets of diagonal pieces of the wood that overlap each other. If pieces A, B, C, and E are parallel, therefore we are looking for parallel lines. Let me take that these these all are parallel lines. Okay, this is one, and this is the next one, and this is the third one. These all are parallel lines. These all are parallel. Okay. My bad. Okay. So these all are parallel lines. Well, you know, the one which is intersecting these lines, this is the transversal. Please note, oh, let me select this one. My apologies. Okay. Let me draw this one. Anyhow, these all are parallel lines. Now, I'm taking another line which is transversal. Transversal means the line that is intersecting all these lines. Okay. Now, coming to the point, I see that angle 1 is given as 55 degrees. 55 degrees. So, this angle, you see, this one is given as 55 degrees. 55 degrees. What are the measures of angle 2, 3, and 4? First of all, finding angle 2, this is easy because angle 1 and angle 2, these two are equal. The reason is they are corresponding angles. They are corresponding angles. So angle 1 equals to angle 2. Therefore, angle 2 is equals to 55 degrees. In the same way, angle 2 and angle 3, I see that these are the corresponding angles. These are the corresponding angles. Therefore, when two lines are parallel, you know that corresponding angles are equal. Therefore, angle 3 is also 55 degrees. That is equal to either 2 or 1. The reason is once again the same. That is the corresponding angles. Okay? Corresponding angles. Now, you may make use of either the properties of quadrilaterals to figure out what's the value of angle 4. I'm skipping this one. I want you to try this question. Next one. Mr. Gonzalez owns a triangular plot of land BCD. Okay, so please observe carefully. So he is owning this land BCD. Okay, BCD. Uh, with dB is 25, dB is given 25. You can see the measurements here. dB is 25, BC is 16, that's marked. He wishes to purchase the adjacent plot of land in the shape of a right triangle ABD. That means this plot, as shown in the accompanying diagram, with AD is 15. If the purchase is made, what will be the total number of square yards in the area of his plot of land ACD? That means the question is see, A is here, C is here, and then D is here. That means the complete land, what is the total area? If you want to find the area of a triangle, you know, area of a triangle is base times height over 2. Agreed? It is base times height over 2. Now, height of the triangle, I know that that is 15. Then, what is the base of, base is not given. Base is not given. But some part of the base, I see that 16 yards. Okay? But I don't know what is this part. Then how to solve? You have to make a plan. You have to make a plan. I see that there is the triangle, this part, let me make use of a different color. Yeah, this triangle, I see that a right angle triangle. This is a right angle triangle. Right? Now, we have to think how to find the missing side. How to find the missing side. So one side is given as 15, right? And here, let me assume the value of AB as x, and the hypotenuse is given as 25. Okay, I hope you remember that in a right angle triangle by Pythagorean theorem. If you take Pythagoras or Pythagorean theorem, that is side square plus side square equals to hypotenuse square. Side square plus side square equals to hypotenuse square. You know, whenever I look at a right angle triangle, always Pythagorean theorem comes into my mind. One of these sides, I see that 15 here. So let me plug in here 15 square plus the second side, this is missing. I would say that it is x square. And what is hypotenuse? I hope you remember that the side opposite to 90 degrees is known as hypotenuse. Therefore, this is the hypotenuse. I see that it is 25 units. Therefore, 25 square. Now, let's compute what is 15 square. It is 225. If you want, you can make use of calculator. Plus x square equals to 25 square. You can make use of calculator. This is 625. Now, subtract 225 in order to isolate x. When you do that, 625 minus 225, that gives us 400. Then x square equals to 400. Several times I told you that in order to eliminate square, we take square root on the other side. Therefore, the value of x equals to square root of 400. Grab your calculator and compute what is square root 400. You get that it is 20 units. So may I take the base as 20 units means the answer is no. Because what is the base here? Please notice that base is here x units and 16. X units and 16 units. These two together. Therefore, base equals to x plus 16. I got x equals to 20. You know that. Therefore, 20 plus 16, that gives us 36. And next, what is the height means? Height, I see that that is 15 yards. Height is 15. Now here onwards it's a cakewalk because we know base as 36. Plug it here, base, you know height, that goes here. Therefore, 36 times 15 over 2. 360, 460, 540, 250, 20, 270. It is 270 square yards. We make use of calculator. Let me really quickly check on my calculator. It is 36 times 15 over 2. Yeah, 270. Okay. So that's the area. Let me quickly repeat from the beginning. You are asked to find the whole area. So area of a triangle is base times height over 2. But here we don't know base. So we use the Pythagorean theorem in order to find this one. Okay. So let me quickly go to the next question. A rectangle's length equals to 1.5 times of its width. Its perimeter equals to 3 times its length minus 5. What are its dimensions? And also find the area of rectangle. By the way, if you take any important test, these kind of questions are for sure there will be. Well, so a rectangle's length, how, I personally prefer to visualize the question. So there is a rectangle, okay? Now, let me go back to this one. A rectangle's length equals to 1.5 times of width. An important point is in a question, if two elements are given and if you don't know what is length and you don't know what is width also, agreed? So one of them we have to assume as a variable. Which one? Is it length or width? Remember, the one which comes later, that is to be taken as the variable. So here I am taking width as x. So let width equals to x units. You may write the whole statement. This part I am writing, which is length of a rectangle equals 1.5. Place may not be sufficient. 1.5 times its width. Okay. No, my apologies. Right. So here you may split this one into small boxes so that you can better understand. Length equals to 1.5 times its width. Okay. So length equals means equal to symbol 1.5 times width. You know width we thought as x. right? So 1.5 times width. Now it is given as 1.5 x, that's the length, and next width is we thought this as x. Okay, now let's continue. Its perimeter. So first of all, let me write what is the perimeter of a rectangle. Perimeter of a rectangle equals to twice length plus width. Twice length plus width. Here, 2 times what is length? 1.5 x, right? Or maybe 1.5 x. If you are comfortable, you may take decimals. And what is width means it is x. Please remember, if there is no coefficient, you may take it as 1. That helps you a lot. Because suppose if I ask you to add what is 1.5x added to x means really you are not sure. But whereas 1.5x plus 1x, then it is 2.5x, right? It's easy. So let me compute the perimeter first. You know PEMDAS. Let me simplify which are inside the parenthesis. 1.5x plus 1x, that gives me 2.5. Therefore, 2 times 2.5x, 2 times 2.5, you can take a calculator and you can compute 2 times 2.5, that gives you 5x. That's the perimeter. Now, perimeter equals 3 times the length. So, let me write the statement here. So, perimeter equals 3 times its length, 3 times its length minus 5. You know, most of the people think that solving word problems are really difficult. But in my opinion, if you follow few tips, it is not really difficult. Let me split this one into small bits and pieces. So I don't know whatever the end result may be, but just I am splitting each word separately. Okay, this way. Okay. Once when you separate this way, when you split this way, then let me write that perimeter equals to, you know what symbol to take. Next 3, let me take 3 times. Times means you know which symbol to take. 3 times its length. Do you know what is the length? Do you know what is the length? It is 1.5x, right? 1.5x minus. Minus means let me take the subtraction symbol or minus symbol. Okay, minus 5. So let me follow PEMDAS again. 3 times 1.5, that gives us 4.5x minus 5. And what is the perimeter means just now we computed and we got perimeter equals to 5x. I hope you remember that perimeter we got as 5x. So in the place of perimeter, take 5x equals to 4.5x minus 5. Now, later, you know how to isolate the variables and all these things. Let me subtract 4.5x. Guys, I'm making a small change. Instead of minus, let me modify the question. This one is I modified. There's a concept error here. So let me make it as plus. So if this is plus 5, then what will be the result? 5x minus 4.5. It is as simple as $5 take away $4.5. Then you'll be left with 0.5x equals to, after this, then it's 5. Then we go for inverse operation, that is division by zero point 0.5, division by zero point 0.5. When you do that, then you get that these two gets cancelled. The value of x equals to 5 divided by zero point 0.5. I'm taking my calculator. 5 divided by zero point 0.5. Okay, that's giving me 10. The value of x equals to 10. But this is not the end of the story. I'm sorry for that. The question is find the area of the rectangle. Find the area of the rectangle. So, area equals to, we know that length times width. It is length times width. Length, we know that it is, please look at the top, length is 1.5x or maybe 1.5x. You know, the value of x is 10, just now we got. When you compute, you'll get 15, and width, you know that it is x, which is 10 units. Now let's plug in those values, 15 here, 10 here, 15 times 10 equals to 150 square units. Uh, if it is in feet, yes, we take in feet, and here nothing is mentioned. Therefore, let me take this as 150 square feet. So, when you look at the word problems, they may look a little scary, but it is not. The technique is you write this statement and split each and every word, and then every word makes some sense and that communicates something, that tells you something. So each word tells you something to you, therefore you can make an equation. Okay, so let me go to the next question. A cube has a surface area of 256 square feet. So, surface area of a cube, you have to memorize all these rules. Surface area of a cube equals to 6 times side square. Then you please notice that 256 is given. What it is, this is the surface area that is to be plugged in here. That is to be plugged in here. And you are asked to find the volume. You know that volume of a cube, volume of a cube equals to side times side times side. Do you know what is the side? It is not given in this question. So you have to figure it out. How to find means, let me plug in the value of surface area here as 256. You see the 256 that is plugged in here equals to 6 times side square. You know how to isolate the variable which is side. 6 is multiplying, the inverse operation is division. Then you get that side square equals to, you should end up with a decimal. 256 divided by 6, 42.66. 42.66. If you are eliminating square, please remember the other side you should take a square root. So square root of 42.66, that is 42.66 6.53. That's the value of the side, 6.53. Once when you get it, the value of side, what is the volume of the cube means side times side times side. So make use of your calculator. So 6.53 cube, that gives me 278.44. 278.44 cubic feet. That's the volume of the given cube. Okay, let me quickly jump to the next question. Two more questions are there in today's session. As shown in the diagram below, a landscaper uses a cylindrical lawn roller on a lawn. The roller has a diameter of 9. The roller has a diameter of 9. So let me copy the information first. Diameter is 9 inches and width 42. Width 42. I see that this is 42. So width equals to 42 inches. To the nearest square inch, find the area the roller covers in 9 complete rotations. So he is pushing this one, he is pushing this one, the roller is making. So let me take the cylinder again. So when the roller is rolling, please notice that this part comes in contact with the ground, right? And again, the width of the roller, please notice that width of the roller may be considered as height of the roller. Does it make sense? Again, I'm repeating the width of the roller, if I move this way, then I can consider this one as height. So let me rename width as this one as height. Okay, then this 9 complete revolutions that we'll see later. So again, I'm repeating, when the roller is moving on the lawn, this part comes in contact with the ground, which is the curved surface area of a cylinder. So curved surface area of a cylinder, the rule is 2 pi r h. So let me plug in these values. 2 times pi value is 3.14, and what is radius means please notice that this is not the radius, this is the diameter. You know that radius is half of the diameter, therefore half of 9, that is 4 and half, I'll say 4.5. So radius is 4.5, and just now I explained that the width of the roller, don't forget the width of the roller is to be taken as height of the cylinder. Therefore, that is 42 inches. So let me grab my calculator. 2 times 3.14 times 4.5 times 42 inches, that is giving me 1186.92. 1186.92. So I'm taking the nearest value, I'm rounding it. So 1186.92. So 87, these many square inches. So this is not the end of the story. For sure, in the given options, you may find this one as one of the options. But the question is in 9 rotations. 9 rotations. I'll give a simple example. If this one is rotating once, if it rotates once, let's say that it is covering 5 square inches. In 2 rotations, how much? It is 10. You may say that 5 plus 5 as 10, or else how did you get means maybe 2 times 5. If it makes 3 rotations, then 3 times 5, 4 rotations, 4 times 5, and so on. In the same way, if this one is making 9 rotations means in 9 rotations, okay, in 9 rotations, how much means, then what we have to do is we have to compute in 9 rotations, it is how much distance is covered means we have to take 9 times 1187. Let me grab my calculator. 9 times 1187 square inches, 10,683. So 10,683 square inches of lawn is covered by this roller in 9 rotations. Okay. Uh, the last question for this session. From a cylinder, a cone is carved out. That means just assume that there is a cylinder, and when the cone is carved out, you see that this kind of shape. So this part is a cone is removed. Carved out means removed. So what is left over means this part and this part. You can see that. Okay. Then what is the ratio of volume of cone to the volume of the remaining solid? Actually, here the dimensions need not be taken, but if you take, that is better. So the question says that what is the ratio of volume of cone, volume of cone to, listen carefully, volume of remaining solid, remaining solid. Okay, you know that volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r square h. 2. Volume of the remaining solid means, please remember that if you take a cone and if you take a cylinder, what is the relation means? What is the relation means? Volume of a cylinder is pi r square h, and this one is 1/3 pi r square h. 1/3 pi r square h. Okay. Now let's go back to this one. Now uh, let me compare this one. Maybe let's assume that this is 30 units volume of a cylinder. If this is 30, volume of cone is 1/3 means 1/3 of 30, that gives us 10, right? Right? So if I take away 30, take away 10 means the remaining part is 20, right? This is one way of thinking. Or else from the whole cylinder, that is pi r square h, if you take away the cone volume, it is 1/3 pi r square h. If you take away, then the remaining part, it is as simple as 1 subtract 1/3, 1 subtract 1/3. If you are good with fractions, I'm sure you can compute easily. You may assume over 1, then you'll end up with 2/3 pi r square h. Again, I'm repeating, there is a cylinder. From the cylinder, a cone is carved out. That means this one is removed. So from one cylinder, 1/3 is taken out means what is left out means 2/3 pi r square h. As these two, that is cylinder and cone, are having the same dimensions, you may strike this one. You may say that 1/3 to 2/3. Again, you may cancel out these two. You may cancel out these denominators. 1 to 2 is the answer. So there is nothing to do with these dimensions. It is only the extra information. If you want, you may take the dimensions, you may compute, find the volume of the cone and find the remaining solid using the dimensions. Still, you'll end up with the same result, that is 1 to 2. Okay, that's it from me for today's session. If you have any questions, please feel free to send an email to me. Okay, that's it. Have a good afternoon. See you in the next session. Bye.